Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. We have a lot of interesting stories in this edition. Today we will take you to a magical place in Tripura called Unakoti, which is steeped in culture and beauty. But first, let's head over to Meghalaya, which is host to the Northeast Food Show. Northeast Food Show is an opportunity for entrepreneurs of the Northeast to meet and interact with national and global majors of the food and beverage industry to better understand, build connections, anticipate consumer needs, and familiarize themselves with the latest trends in the industry for export promotion and upscaling their businesses to global standards. It also serves as an opportunity for these majors to source products not available anywhere else. This event is a powerful business-to-business platform dedicated to facilitating the meeting of potential clients and decision-makers. A report.
The second edition of the Northeast Food Show 2022 was organized by the government of Meghalaya in collaboration with SIAL India. The three-day expo was held last week at Polo Ground, Shillong, where participants of over 200 brands made it the biggest food innovative show in the region. The food show witnessed the participations of all the 8 northeastern states. It aimed at bringing together farmers, entrepreneurs and stakeholders in the food business to discover, source, network and celebrate. It also provided an opportunity for entrepreneurs of the Northeast to meet and interact with national and global majors of the food and beverage industries to build connections and familiarize themselves with the latest trends in the industry for export promotion and upscaling their businesses to global standards. Inaugurating the food show, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma stated,
"This is basically kind of bringing everybody together. We have been doing multiple programs for multiple stakeholders at multiple levels. We have been working in mission mode for the farmers so that the productivity goes up. We've been working for the prime program with entrepreneurs so that the training can be given, value addition can be done, packaging can be done. We've been working with cooperative societies so that collectivization improves. We've been focusing on the focus program, which gives, kind of seed money and cash at the grassroots level to the farmers. So all these multiple programs now are kind of bringing this whole thing together in the form of this food show, where through this we are able to connect to the international market, the regional market, the national market, and at the same time we are also able to bring in all the technology providers who will be here to guide and to support and help our farmers and our entrepreneurs. And also we are able to get the buyers who would be interested in buying the products. So you can see that there are many partners and technology, people who have come here, many buyers who have come here, and obviously a lot of our farmers also are here. So this is a place where everybody comes together.
The first edition of the Northeast Food Show was held in the year 2019 in Shillong. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
Union Minister of State for Electronics, IT, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, inaugurated 5 NIELIT centers in the Northeast region from NIELIT Dimapur on the 6th of this month. These centers are located at Dibrugarh and Jorhat in Assam, Pasighat in Arunachal Pradesh, Dimapur in Nagaland and Senapati in Manipur. Mr. Chandrasekhar was on a 3-day visit to the state of Nagaland from 4th to the 6th of May. Our Kohima correspondent has filed the details.
Union Minister of State Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, who was on the 3-day visit to the state of Nagaland, inaugurated the 5 NIELIT centers virtually for skill enhancement of the educated youth in the Northeast region. Mr. Chandrasekhar addressing the students said NIELIT centers are gateways for prosperity for youth of the Northeast region and act as catalysts to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Digital India's Digital Northeast.
When you today look back to the last 2 years and look back to the last several years, we can all safely assume that technology has played a defining role in the rise of India, in the rise of Indians, and in the global respect and awe that India now commands within the community of nations worldwide. And when we say today, New India means new opportunities and new prosperity, it means that the young youth that will be The next unicorn can be from Nagaland, it can be from Dimapur, Kohima, Pasighat, Dibrugarh, Jorhat, anywhere. It does not matter anymore in this new world who your father was, who your grandfather was. Are you connected to the local MLA? Are you connected to the local MP or minister? It is purely your capabilities. That promise of Digital India ka Digital Northeast, central to that is institutions like NILIT that are enablers for your prosperity, enablers for your future. But to give yourself more options as a youngster, to be able to stand on your own and to be able to deliver your own future, build your own future on your own capabilities, these type of technology skills are the answer. That is the future. And the Honorable Prime Minister has repeatedly said the future of India is technology, and he has called the next 10 years India's decade. And to make India's decade, to realize India's decade into reality, it will require the youth from Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, every other region in the Northeast, as well as every other part of India, who join this Digital India revolution, this Digital India movement.
On the occasion, Mr. Chandrasekhar also launched the NECB 2.0 project for capacity buildings and training in digital skill sets and current industry demanding technologies for various sections of society in the northeastern states. This is Asunyo from AIR News Kohima for Northeast Diary.
भारत के स्वतंत्रता संग्राम में अनगिनत स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों ने अपने प्राणों की आहुति दी। कुछ इतिहास में अमर हो गए और कई गुमनाम। आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के अंतर्गत 75 कड़ियों की श्रृंखला में हम उन वीरांगनाओं की बात करेंगे जिनका योगदान कभी भुलाया नहीं जा सकता। प्रत्येक मंगलवार परिक्रमा में सुनिए अपराजिता, देश की वीरांगनाओं को आकाशवाणी का सादर नमन।
An Indo-Nepal rural tourism and homestay-based cultural exchange program was recently organized at the Rural Tourism Research and Training Center at Chalamthang in Sikkim. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The cultural exchange program based on rural tourism between India and Nepal was organized with the objective of developing rural tourism and strengthening the bond between the two countries. 52 members from Nepal participated in the 5-day-long event. Director of Rural Tourism Research and Training Center and President of Chalamthang Development Committee, Amrit Sharma, speaks about the program.
The main objectives of this particular Indo-Nepal 5 days exposure visit is to share culture, traditions, यहाँ का जितना भी आपका जो फूड कल्चर है, यहाँ का जो ट्रेडिशन है, वो एक्सचेंज कल्चर का प्रोग्राम के साथ साथ सिक्किम गवर्नमेंट का व्हाट आर द स्कीम्स, व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट दे आर गिविंग टू द स्टेक होल्डर ऑफ सिक्किम, वो भी थोड़ा सा हाईलाइट करना था ताकि अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंडिया जो बाहर का आदमी लोग भी सीख पाए कि सिक्किम एक इंडिया का स्टेट में क्या क्या स्कीम्स वगैरह दे रहा है गवर्नमेंट, और विद दैट स्कीम्स व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट आर द यंग गाइज, यंग पीपल्स आर गेनिंग फ्रॉम दैट स्कीम्स एंड हाउ दे डेवलप द रूरल पार्ट ऑफ द टूरिज्म इन पर्टिकुलर स्टेट ऑफ सिक्किम। सो इस तरह जो भी आए थे नेपाल साइड से ना, वो लोग भी कुछ बेनिफिट कर रहे हैं कि यहाँ से कुछ सीख के जाए कि हाँ, एक छोटा सा गांव में हम अधिक से अधिक एक टूरिस्ट लेके भी रख सकते हैं ताकि फ्यूचर में इंडो नेपाल का एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम वो कर सके, और फ्यूचर प्लान्स जितना भी यहाँ का जो कल्चर था कैसे वेलकम करते थे एज पार्ट ऑफ वेलकमिंग प्रोग्राम, वो वहाँ का जितना भी 52 मेंबर्स आए थे जो इन एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम के लिए इन नेपाल से, वो सीख के गए हैं और इन फ्यूचर दे आर डेफिनेटली डूइंग द पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट, और यहाँ से कुछ सिक्किम टूरिज्म से भी वो सीख के गए कि क्या क्या कौन कौन सा स्पॉट में वो जा सकते हैं। और हमें आशा है कि जो वहाँ से आए थे 52 मेंबर्स विद इन द फ्यूचर अगेन कम टू सिक्किम एंड विजिट अनदर विलेज।
The cultural exchange provided a platform for future development of rural tourism wherein Nepal and Sikkim have a shared culture. The program also highlighted Sikkim government's incentives and schemes for rural and homestay-based tourism to boost employment opportunities with Saikat Sarkar. This is Tashangu Bhutia for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Sikkim.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m., brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Don't forget to tune in.
Recently, President Ramnath Kovind visited two northeastern states, Assam and Mizoram. On the 5th of this month, President Ramnath Kovind, visiting the Mizoram Central University, graced the convocation of the university. He conferred degrees to the eligible students. For more details, let's go over to our Aizawl correspondent.
President Ramnath Kovind graced the 16th convocation of Mizoram University. The Governor of Mizoram, Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati, and the Chief Minister, Zoramthanga, also accompanied the President of India at the convocation. On the occasion of conferring degrees and awards to students, President Shri Kovind remarked that out of 7,832 students who have been awarded degrees, about 4,700 are girl students, which is more than 50%. Also, out of 38 gold medals awarded, 23 of them have been won by girls. President said this is a shining example of women's excellence. In his address, President Shri Kovind said,
I feel very happy to be in this beautiful state of Mizoram. The beauty and serenity of this state has always been an attraction for people. The setting of this university in these beautiful surroundings would add to the environment so conducive for studies. The campus of Mizoram University reminds me of the educational institutions of the ancient times, which were close to the nature, providing an appropriate learning ambience to the students. My dear students, educational institutions are the incubators of the future. They not only provide training and education to students, but mold them into good citizens. It is the unrelenting support of the teachers at the educational institutions and universities that plays the most prominent role in the lives of the students. The natural beauty of the state is matched by human excellence shown by the people of Mizoram. With the second highest literacy levels in the country, Mizoram is a truly modern state ready to take off for higher achievements.
In his address, the President remarked that the faculty of Mizoram University is not only well qualified but also engaged in qualitative research work. He said good researchers are often exceptional teachers. Such faculty also encourages the spirit of research and innovation. The President also applauded the university for setting up technology incubation centers, for extending support to the budding entrepreneurs to nurture their ideas with innovation and creativity. Shri Kovind said that this is the key to bring about change in our society and economy. Referring to the Goal 4 of UN Sustainable Development Goals, which pertains to providing quality education, he said that Niti Aayog's SDG India Index 2020-21 shows that Mizoram has bagged the score of 60, which is better performance than the national average of 57. He also noted that the Goal 4 has ranked Aizawl as the top performer among all districts of the northeastern states. He urged the people of Aizawl to encourage people in other districts of the state to improve their social indices and participate in the process of national development. For Northeast Diary, this is Irene from Aizawl.
आजादी के आंदोलन के खजाने में ऐसे ढेरों शब्द जिन्होंने बदल दिए इतिहास। तारीख बदलने वाले लफ्जों पर आकाशवाणी समाचार प्रसारित कर रहा है विशेष कार्यक्रम धरोहर हर सोमवार।
Today we bring you an interview with a well-known social activist of Arunachal Pradesh, Aini Talo. Mrs. Talo is widely known for her NGO, Ayang, dedicated to voluntary blood donation, conducting voluntary blood donation camps involving a large number of youth volunteers covering many parts of Arunachal as well as Guwahati in Assam, Shillong in Meghalaya and Kolkata in West Bengal.
And now we present to you a very inspiring interview with social activist Aini Talo. She is being interviewed by Rakesh Dole.
we will talk with a renowned woman social activist of Arunachal Pradesh, Aini Talo. She is popularly known as Ai, which means mother. Mrs. Talo is 58 years old, lives in Pasighat in East Siang district, and is widely known for her Ayang NGO dedicated to voluntary blood donation, conducting voluntary blood donation camps involving a large number of youths covering many parts of Arunachal Pradesh as well as Guwahati in Assam, Shillong in Meghalaya and Kolkata in West Bengal. Mrs. Talo tells us that even before getting involved in voluntary blood donation campaign, she was an active सोशल सर्विस वर्कर।
सोशल सर्विस में अगर आप मेरा इन्वॉल्वमेंट पूछे तो मैं वॉलंटरी ब्लड डोनेशन के ऊपर काम करती हूँ, लेकिन मेरा जो पहले का जो सोशल सर्विसेज था, सबसे पहले तो मैं यहाँ की जो ऑफिसर्स जो क्लब था उसका विमेन साइड का मैं सेक्रेटरी हुआ करती थी। तो हम लोग जो ऑफिसर्स के ये का जो काम हुआ करता था, उन लोगों को हम लोग वाइव्स जो है ऑफिसर्स के जितने वाइव्स है एक क्लब बना के वहाँ हम लोग उसको सॉल्व किया करते थे। इसके बाद मैं आई अरुणाचल प्रदेश विमेन्स वेलफेयर सोसाइटी का प्रेसिडेंट मुझे चुना गया इस हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो अनडिवाइडेड जो सियांग डिस्ट्रिक्ट था उस समय का। तो मैंने उस समय औरतों के ऊपर काम किया, विमेन राइट्स और गर्ल चाइल्ड राइट्स के ऊपर। इसके बाद आदि बानकबांग जो ईस्ट सियांग का जो आदि बानकबांग विमेन विंग का प्रेसिडेंट हुआ, उसमें काम किया। और ये जो एंटी ड्रग कैंपेन का जो काम है उसे मेरे समय में शुरू किया हम लोगों ने। इसके बाद वो छोड़ने के बाद मैं आई इस फील्ड में, वॉलंटरी ब्लड डोनेशन के फील्ड में।
Mrs. Talo tell us how she had to involve in the voluntary blood donation campaign and what influenced her.
इसमें जैसे आज तक मुझे लोग पूछते हैं कि आपको किसने इन्फ्लुएंस किया इस काम में आने के लिए, तो मैं आपको बताऊंगी मुझे इन्फ्लुएंस किया पेशेंट्स ने, क्योंकि मैं अस्पताल में जाती थी जब एक्सीडेंट केसेस हुआ करता था, इसके बाद कोई सर्जिकल केसेस हुआ करता था, इसके बाद कोई लेबर औरतें जब बच्चे पैदा करने की ये में थे, तो उन लोगों को तकलीफ उस समय होता था जब उन लोगों को खून की जरूरत होता था। तो रिलेटिव से बहुत आते थे जैसे एक्सीडेंट केसेस में। इसके बाद जब डॉक्टर बाहर आके कहते कि इनको खून देना है तो सबके सब खिसक जाते थे, ये क्या है कि मैं तो अभी फिलहाल नहीं दे पाऊंगा या दे पाऊंगी क्योंकि मैं वीक फील कर रहा हूँ या वीक फील कर रही हूँ, इसके बाद मेरा हीमोग्लोबिन लेवल ठीक नहीं है, ये है वो है, मेरा कुछ बीमारी है। इस किस्म से देख के मैंने सोचा कि जब डॉक्टर ने उन लोगों को कुछ परीक्षा करके उन लोगों को बताया नहीं कि आपको ये बीमारी है या वो बीमारी है, उन लोगों को कैसे पता कि उन लोगों को वो बीमारी है। इसीलिए मैंने सोचा कि मुझे कुछ करना चाहिए। तो मैं ऑन एंड ऑफ 2008 से अपने आप डोनेशन करती थी जब मेरा समय होता था, यानी कि 3 महीने बाद। लेकिन 2008 को जब मैंने डोनेशन शुरू किया, मैं 2008 को डोनेट किया, इसके बाद 2009 को, इसके बाद 2010 को, साल में सिर्फ एक बार। इसके बाद मैंने सोचा कि नहीं, मुझे ये शुरू करना है अच्छी तरह से, इसलिए मैं आई इस फील्ड में 2014 को। 2014 से मैंने ये काम शुरू किया। इसके बाद मैंने यहाँ के जो यंग लड़के लड़कियां हैं उन लोगों को मोटिवेट किया, अवेयरनेस दिया कि वॉलंटियर ब्लड डोनेशन करने से कितना फायदा होता है आपका। क्योंकि जब हम लोग डोनेशन करने के लिए जाते हैं ब्लड बैंक में, हॉस्पिटल में, तो वहाँ हम लोगों का एक मिनी हेल्थ चेकअप होता है कि आपका ब्लड प्रेशर चेक किया जाता है, इसके बाद आपका हीमोग्लोबिन लेवल कितना है वो देखा जाता है, आपका बॉडी टेम्परेचर कैसे है वो देखा जाता है, इसके बाद आपका वेट कितना है वो देखा जाता है। और मैं यहाँ बता दूं कि वेट जो है 45 kg से शुरू होना पड़ता है। तो 45 kg से अगर आप कम होगा तो उनको हम लोग डोनेट करने नहीं देते। इसके बाद खून को जब लेता है तो खून को परीक्षा किया जाता है कि उसमें हेपेटाइटिस बी है कि नहीं, सी है कि नहीं, HIV एड्स है कि नहीं, इसके बाद सिफिलिस है कि नहीं। इस तरह के जितने भी खून से जो मिलने वाले जितने भी बीमारियां उसका परीक्षण होता है।
Mrs. Talo says that her NGO has voluntary blood donors at various places in Arunachal Pradesh and some major cities in Northeast India.
मेरे जितने वॉलंटियर्स है पासीघाट में तो है ही, आलो में है यानी कि वेस्ट सियांग डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, इसके बाद नाहरलगुन में है, ईटानगर में है, गुवाहाटी में है, शिलोंग में है। इसके बाद मैं नेशनल लेवल में जाकर उन लोगों से मिलती हूँ जो वॉलंटियर ब्लड डोनेशन के ऊपर काम करते हैं, ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से मिलती हूँ। इसके बाद उन लोगों के थ्रू मैं जब भी जैसे कभी दिल्ली में हुआ या कोलकाता में हुआ या मुंबई में हुआ, किसी को खून की जरूरत हुआ, तो मैं वहाँ के जितने ऐसे हमारी तरह जो काम करते हैं उन NGOs को मैं यहाँ से टेलीफोन करके बता देती हूँ कि ऐसे ऐसे फलाना अस्पताल में किसी को खून की जरूरत है, तो वो लोग वहाँ पे जाके मुहैया करा देता है।
The kind of selfless service Aini Talo is giving to the needy, her work has been recognized by state government and across India by various NGOs and organizations.
स्टेट के अरुणाचल प्रदेश के गवर्नमेंट को बहुत ही आभार व्यक्त करूंगी कि उन लोगों ने मुझे, गवर्नर साहब ने मुझे 2019 में गोल्ड मेडल से नवाजा। इसके बाद वेस्ट बंगाल के जो गवर्नर साहब है उन्होंने मुझे ये क्या सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ एप्रिसिएशन दिया। इसके बाद आदि बानकबांग की तरफ से भी मिला। इसके बाद हमारे यहाँ के जो अपना सीडीओज है, जैसे कि मतबुंग मानू बोल के एक ट्रिपल एम एक ये है, उसने भी ये किया। इसके बाद केडीओ जो है उसने भी फेलिसिटेट किया, और नेशनल लेवल में बहुत से एनजीओज है जिन्होंने मुझे फेलिसिटेट किया।
Mrs. Talo says that her NGO is receiving good number of calls from patients' relatives who are in need of blood. She appeals our listeners to step up and donate blood to the needy.
काफी अच्छा है। जब भी उन लोगों को खून जरूरत होता है वे लोग मुझे फोन करते हैं, और हम लोग चाहे वो रात के 12:30 बजे हो, 1 बजे हो, 2 बजे हो, हम खून को उन लोगों को डोनेट करते हैं। मैं क्या करती हूँ, अपनी गाड़ी को लेके मेरे वॉलंटियर्स जहाँ है मैं वहाँ जाके उन लोगों को उठा के लेके आती हूँ, ब्लड बैंक में डोनेट करने देती हूँ। इसके बाद फिर से उन लोगों को वही छोड़ देती हूँ। कभी कभार मैं अपने घर में सुबह के 3-4 बजे घर वापस लौटती हूँ उन लोगों को डोनेट करने देके। तो मैं इसमें एक बात कहना चाहूंगी कि जितने भी लोग की जो प्रोग्राम को सुन रहे हैं उन लोगों से मेरे हाथ जोड़ के विनती है कि प्लीज आप लोग भी आगे आइएगा। जब आप लोगों के कोई रिलेटिव्स बीमार है, किसी को खून की जरूरत है, आपके रिलेटिव्स को खून की जरूरत है, सबसे पहले तो अपने अंदर ढूंढिएगा कौन डोनेट कर सकता है। ऐसे नहीं कि हाँ फलाना एक एनजीओ है जो खून मुहैया कराता है, वो भी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट में, तो चलिए उसको हम लोग कॉन्टेक्ट करते। उस तरह से नहीं सोच के अपना जो नजरिया है, सोच का जो नजरिया है उसको बदलिएगा, और जो आप अपने अंदर, अपने रिलेटिव्स के अंदर सबसे पहले डोनेट करने को कोशिश कीजिएगा। इसके बाद अगर आपकी फ्रेंड सर्कल में उसको डोनेट करने को आप बोल दीजिएगा, तब जाके एनजीओ जो भी हो, जहां भी हो, उन लोगों को जो इस लाइन ऑफ वर्क में है उन लोगों को आप कॉन्टेक्ट। मेरी ये विनती है आप सबसे।
For Northeast Diary with Prafulla Kaman, this is Rakesh Dole, AR News, Itanagar.
You were just listening to a very inspiring interview with the well-known social activist of Arunachal Pradesh, Aini Talo. She was being interviewed by Rakesh Dole.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी, तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर, या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर, और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Northeast India and its 8 states are endowed with scenic natural beauty, rich biodiversity, rare wildlife, historical and archaeological sites, and distinct cultural and ethnic heritage. There is a great scope for mountaineering, trekking, and adventure tourism in the region. We know about the Kaziranga National Park, which is famous for the one-horned rhinoceros in Assam. There are many tourist and heritage places of attraction here. These include Namdafa in Arunachal Pradesh, Balpokram in Meghalaya, Keibul Lamjau in Manipur, Intanki in Nagaland, and Kanchenjunga in Sikkim. In this episode of Northeast Diary, we have a report on Unakoti in Tripura, a tourist spot with a century-old cultural heritage. Unakoti has a unique attraction in terms of century-old history and heritage, archaeology and religious traits. Unakoti is a hill range of moderate height which is engraved with rock-cut carvings of the Hindu mythology. The place is situated in a cool, calm and lush green ambience at the vortex of the moderate hills and forest in Kailashahar in the northern sector of Tripura. For more details, let us go to our Agartala correspondent.
About 170 kilometers away from Agartala, Unakoti Hill presents rock-cut images of Hindu gods and goddesses. Mythological tales said that when Lord Shiva was going to Kasi along with 1 crore gods and goddesses, he met a night halt at this location. He asked all the gods and goddesses to wake up before the sunrise and proceed to Kasi. But in the morning, except Shiva himself, no one else could get up. So Lord Shiva set out for Kasi himself, cursing the others to become stone images. As a result, there are less than 1 crore stone images and carvings at Unakoti. Deriving from the name of the hill, the name of the present Unakoti district is being named. Unakoti pantheons are of two types, namely rock-cut and stone images. Central to these rock-cut carvings are the images of Shiva and Ganesha. The colossal image of Shiva's head of 30 feet height, curved in a vertical rock, is known as Unakoteswara Balbhairava. Its head is embroidered in traces forming a headdress of 10 feet high. There is a rock-cut image of goddess Durga standing on a lion, while on the other there is an image of goddess Ganga sitting on a Capricorn. There are also images of Nandi bull lying half buried in the ground. A rare carving of the four-armed seated Ganesha, and on its side two standing figures of Sarabhuja Ganesha with 3 tugs and Ashtabhuja Ganesha with 4 tugs are also found. Moreover, a 3-eyed figure believed to be that of Surya or Lord Vishnu is also found. At the bottom of Unakoti there is a beautiful spring called Sita Kunda. Having a dip into the Sita Kunda is regarded by the devotees as very sacred. According to the Archaeological Survey of India, Unakoti rock-cut images date back to the 8th or 9th century. Annually, thousands of tourists, including foreigners, scholars of history and archaeology, visit Unakoti in search of the hidden heritage, and devotees from other states throng there for pilgrimage to a Sivatirtha. For Northeast Diary, this is Rina Nongmaitem from Magatala.
And now we have this beautiful Assamese song by Sanidhya Bhuya.
Mita mita kothare monu pasai rajuki sahoni re betha pahorai hidayole hoha chua kora khogona mita mita kothare monu pasai rajuki sahoni re betha pahorai hidayole hoha chua kora khogona mure hidoy nasi se Bisare tuma khodai ka khorote motolia ei mona di tumate mogon protidin khaba me tumhare kotha ke mure hidoy nasi se ajiuna hote Bisare tuma khodai ka khorote motolia ei mona di tumate mogon protidin khaba me tumhare kotha ke
With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Bye-bye. This program was presented by Anuja Kumar, scripted by Suparna Saikia, produced by Sharmila Goswami, and assisted by Kamlesh Mudgal. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of All India Radio.